What is going on, family? This is Think Twice's next segment of our podcast. And what we want to do is we don't only want you to get to know our team, but we want you to get to know our significant others as well. So you can hear our story, how we got to know each other, and all that good stuff. So that's the next section of our podcast that we'll be doing. And we'll kick it off. This is my beautiful wife, Marlena. And in the background, the person who's asking the questions is her little brother and my brother-in-law, Gabriel. And so, Gabriel, go ahead and kick us off with the first question.
All right. So, first question. How long have you known each other?
What's your answer there?
We've known each other past 12 years now. I think we were in 8th grade when we met. Started dating freshman year. And so, yeah, married 3 years?
3 years since 2020.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Second question. What's your all-time favorite movie?
Okay, so, in my opinion, I feel like our all-time favorite movie together has to be, we watched it recently, like maybe a month or two ago, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's The Vow.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you going to say?
Okay, so The Vow.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, third question. What is your favorite season?
Fall. No, spring.
Yeah, mine is fall. She likes spring, I like fall. Why do you like spring?
Because all of the flowers start blooming and everything starts looking beautiful again.
I like fall because all of the trees and flowers start dying and then everything starts looking beautiful, like fall colors. You know what I'm saying? The flowers are red, green, yellow. And I love coffee. I also like layering. So like, yeah, I love fall. My favorite.
Okay. Fourth question. What is your favorite meal?
I like Mexican food, but favorite meal, gosh, that's hard. Enchiladas or like, I feel like I'm blanking.
No, I like my favorite meal, all-time favorite meal.
Do you know your favorite meal?
Yeah, I think because last year we did this experiment and I tried a cheeseburger next to a molita. And honestly, like, there's so many other foods that I like, but I think for sure it has to be, unfortunately, it's the cheeseburger from McDonald's. It just has such a
They're
good taste.
pretty
What
good.
about yours?
My favorite meal? It's hard to choose, but I would say flautas probably.
Not a bad choice.
Never
Not a
can go
bad
wrong
choice.
with that.
Flautas are good.
All right. Fifth question. What is a hobby of yours?
Go first.
Well, you already know, soccer is definitely a hobby of mine.
For me, I can't really think of it on the spot. A hobby of mine is probably spending time with family. I don't know.
Yeah, or Amazon, or Pinterest, or some more Amazon. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
All right. What is your guys' dream vacation?
We go over this, back and forth. A couple of weeks, we had like a date night with other couples. She said the Bahamas, but I've never heard her say that before. I don't know where that came from.
It sounds lovely, but
It sounds lovely.
I wasn't thinking straight.
But definitely Italy and going to Venice with you, I think would be the best
Europe
thing in
in
the world.
general.
Just Europe, yeah, that's a dream destination. But Italy is what we've been talking about. So,
All right. What piece of advice would you give your younger selves?
Should I go first?
Yeah.
I think I would tell my younger self to not rush and just take my time to learn and grow and enjoy the little things.
I'd have to tell my younger self, believe that you can, because so many times with my upbringing, I was told that I couldn't. So I'd say believe that you can.
Okay. Eighth question. Share a funny moment in your relationship.
A funny moment.
I know there's a lot.
There's so many. I mean, 12 years of just so much
Funny
fun.
moment.
I feel like you make me laugh all the time. And I make you laugh all the time too.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what do you think is the funniest thing ever? I think, like, a funny moment, like, in our relationship was when I first started driving. I drove a 2002 Pontiac, and I was like, well, I'm gonna pick up our best friends, Saul and Edith, and we're gonna go to this homecoming dance. And so, but for some reason that day, like, the trunk went out, like it wouldn't shut anymore. So me and Saul had to tie it with like rope to keep it down, and so we went in the Pontiac with the trunk halfway up, and I think that was pretty funny because it was just like, why would it happen on the first day I drive?
Too.
Yeah, on that day I drive.
That was funny.
Mm.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
All right, we'll move on. How about you guys tell us about your first date?
Okay,
Go
but
ahead.
it's settled now, right?
It's settled. Yes.
So we were super young, so we weren't. Were we driving already?
There's no way.
No driving. So we were just hanging out like in the yard, and then it got dark, so we started laying down, and we were looking up at the stars, which Adrian used to think it was a sunset, but it was the stars. And then I think we got hungry or something, and we started walking to McDonald's together, and yeah.
Yeah, so like we would like go back and forth on this first date, and I would tell her like, there's no way your dad would let you be out that late to watch the stars, you know what I'm saying? So, and then one day out of nowhere, she pulled out a receipt from like 2011.
Yeah.
It was like a receipt from 2011. She still has it to this day. She pulled it out and she's like, bam, look at the time. It was like 10 p.m. I was like, all right, you got me with that.
Yeah, that was another funny memory because every time we go to McDonald's, he'd always say his name was Drake because they ask you for your name for the order. And yeah, it would always make me laugh.
Yeah.
Okay. How about, what's a piece of advice you would give your youth before they begin to date?
Before they begin to date, I would definitely say get to know yourself and what you like, what you don't like, what you want. Because I guess like when I was young, I didn't think about those things ahead of time. So you end up dealing with things that you wouldn't have if you would have just got to know yourself, and then you would have seen if maybe you're doing things, all for the other person, or if it's actually mutual. Yeah, it would save you a lot of heartbreak.
I would say take it slow, take your time, get to know the other person too, because you don't want to make decisions under the influence. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about what we talked about in this podcast with Think Twice in Lesson 4. It's brain chemicals and what goes on in the brain when you start falling in love. So take it slow, get to know the other person, get to know their interests, their values, and their family.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think that's good for today. Thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you.